Welcome to the YouTube channel named as Cat2. I am by Manoj Mahajan. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as we are coming up with Quantitative Aptitude full course relevant for CAT, XAT, NMAT, SNAP, and OMETS. So we have already done the successive percentage change part 1. I hope you have watched by now. So today we're going to look at successive percentage change part 2, where we are going to look at the application part. So if you look the question number 1 over here, let's first listen to the story and then you can look forward to pick up the option from here. So let's say you as a customer went to a shop and the shopkeeper is giving you two choices. You have to pick one of these. So what is the choice given by the shopkeeper is, see, whatever the article you are going to go and buy, on that first option he is giving is flat discount of 30%. Second option he is giving is two successive discounts such that A plus B sum is 30%. So the choice is yours, whatever value of A and B you want to pick up, but the sum would be 30. So one example I can pick up is, let's say A becomes 20%. So 20% discount first one. Second would be accordingly 10%. So being intelligent as a customer, you should go for which option? So this problem is of the successive percentage change. So let's see which option we should pick up. So make sure that before seeing the solution, you think yourself and then match your answer. So over here, we are going to look at the flat discount of 30%. Reason being, when we are going to go for successive discounts of A% and let's say B%. So what is the net discount we are going to get is, let's use the result, what we have done in the successive percentage, part 1, A plus B plus AB by 100. So if you have not checked that video, first please do check that video. Even I have covered the percentage topic as well. So we are coming up with the entire quantitative aptitude course on the channel Cat2 by Manoj Mahajan. So let's say if I use with the sign over here, minus A, minus B, minus minus, this would become actually plus. So what we have over here is, let's say if I put it like this, minus A plus B plus A into B by 100. So what is A plus B? 30. So one thing is very sure that the net discount which is going to come up over here is going to be less than 30% because we are adding a positive quantity A into B by 100 over here. So in the first option, you get a flat discount of 30%. So you should definitely go for that. Let's move to the second question. First, let's listen to the story out here. So over here, let's say you are working in a company and being an employee, you have to pick up one of these options. The employer is giving you these options. So what does the employer says? Either you can go for a flat raise of 30% or go for two successive raise of A% and B% such that the total is A plus B 30%. So again, give a thought and see which option you should look forward. So over here, I'll show you that you should go for the second option. And we're going to do one interesting problem also in a while on the same question. So over here in the first, you had 30% raise. Let's again use that result A plus B plus AB by 100. So over here, A plus B is again 30. And again, a positive quantity added over here in 30. So one thing is very sure that the raise has to be more than 30%. In any case, if I go with the second choice. So being the employee, of course, I should go for the second one. Now over here, I can create one interesting problem for you. Like you have the choice to pick up the values of A and B such that you get the maximum percentage raise. So I have to choose the values of A and B in such a way that the product of A into B should be maximum. So let's do one concept out here, and that concept we are going to do in detail in the algebra course. So do subscribe to the channel as we are coming with the complete QA free course on the channel. Even do join the CAT2IM information group, the Telegram, so that you don't miss out the important updates. Now let me look at the concept over here and let's see what are the values you're going to pick for A and B. So these are the two notes which you can look forward to understand. So what is note one? If the sum of two or more positive quantities is constant, then the product of two or more positive quantities will be maximum when they are equal. So over here we had A plus B given as 30. So A into B maximum if I want, where A and B are positive quantities over here. See, I have to keep the values equal. So let me divide 30 by 2. That is what? 15. So I should keep 15 for each of these values. So 15 into 15, if I do the product, that is going to be 2 to 5. So if you pick up any other solution, of course, the product would be lesser than 2 to 5. Let me just show you one more values of A and B. So let's say if I pick up A as 20 and B as 10. So look, in that case, if you look over here, the value is 200. So if you choose the values of A and B equal, in that case, it is going to be maximum. So you can try with other values also, and you will find out the maximum would be at 15 for both A and B. So this is one concept you should remember. This would be helpful in the algebra also. So over here, if I look, we should definitely look forward to choose the values of A and B as 15 each. So in that case, the maximum raise, which is going to be over here. So this was already 30. This would be 15 square is 2 to 5. Divide by 100 is 2.25. So what do I get is 32.25%. So that's the maximum raise you can have over here. Let me have a look of note number 2 also. So if you have the other way around, if the product of two or more positive quantities is constant, so let me take the product of A into B as 2 to 5, just one example, where A and B are positive. So they're saying that the sum of two or more positive quantities will be minimum when they all are equal. So if we want to find out A plus B minimum, I'll show you that this would be again at values 15 each for A and B. So let me take one case. Let's say if A is 2 to 5 and B is 1. Just one example I'm picking up. The product is 2 to 5. What is sum of A plus B over here? 2 to 6. So the moment you get the values closer, let me take another example. Let's say if I picked up A as 45 and let's say B as 5. So again, this will be nothing but 2 to 5, correct? So look at the sum, which is now 50. So the moment you're getting the values closer, the sum is coming out to be less. So if I wanted to have minimum, in that case, I should look forward to put both of them as equal, which would be in this case 15. So what is the minimum sum I do get over here is 30. So just remember these two notes, and we are going to do it in the algebra in detail about these two notes. Now, in the successive percentage change part 1 class, I talked about that the result A plus B plus AB by 100 can also be applied in the quantities where you have to find out the percentage change if the quantity is a product of two or three quantities. So I've just highlighted few of the quantities over here. So area of the rectangle, length into breadth, area of triangle, half base into height, area of circle, pi r square, distance, speed into time, expenditure, price into quantity, volume of cuboid, length into breadth into height, volume of cylinder, if you look pi r square h, volume of cone is 1 by 3 pi r square h. So we are going to apply the A plus B plus AB by 100 in such quantities. Let's pick up few examples out here. So if you look, the first example out here is if the radius of the circle is increased by 10%, what is the percentage increase in its circumference? So what is the circumference? 2 pi r. So you have increased the radius by 10%. So I can straight away say that my circumference will also increase by 10%. So this does not have the use of a plus b plus ab 100 over here. So we have to look forward to product of two or maybe three quantities. Then we can look forward to apply that. So over here, just to explain you that in the circumference also we can figure out the percentage change, that would be 10%. Because look, if circumference old is 2 pi r, then circumference new would be nothing but I would be multiplying with 1.1 over here, the multiplying factor. So 1.1 is being multiplied if I look over here in the circumference old. So if you calculate the percentage change, you know that final upon initial minus 1 into 100. So final is 1.1 circumference old divided by circumference old minus 1 into 100 would give me what? 10%. So I did explain you over here. You could have done it straight away also. Now when you come to the area, that is actually what the product of R over here, R into R. So this I can make as a successive problem. So over here you have a 10% increase. This also 10% increase. So we can use a plus b plus ab by 100. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 into 10 by 100. So that is what? 21%. So the options which I made over here were same for part 1 and part 2. For part 1, the answer is 10%, which means option A. For area, it is 21%, which means option C out here. Let's look few more problems out here on the product of two or three quantities. So over here, we have used the concept of distance is equal to what? Speed into time, product of these two quantities. So what is the increase in the speed over here? That is 20%. And if you look the time, that is nothing but 10% over here. That is again increase. So we can use a plus b plus ab by 100 over here. So what do I get? 20 plus 10 plus 20 into 10 by 100. So what is the value we get? 32%. So that is option C out here. Now this is again on the product. So expenditure is what? Price into quantity. So what is the price being increased over here? I'm using successive formula, 25%. Now the consumption is decreased. So we have to use with the negative sign. So 25 minus 20 minus 25 into 20 by 100. So what do I get? This is nothing but 5. This, if I calculate, will also be what? 5. So what is the percentage change in the expenditure? That is 0%. So it has become so easy with the result a plus b plus ab by 100. Okay, so again, if you look in question number 6, you know that the area is what? Of a triangle, half base into height. So again, I can apply a plus b plus ab by 100. So what is the base being increased by 5%? Height is decreased, so minus 4. So if you put it like this, what do I get? This is 1. This would be how much if you calculate? 0.2. So what do I get? The final result, that is 0.8%, which is your option B out here. Okay, so let me come to another problem out here. Radius of the base of a right circular cone. So if you look the right circular cone, we talked about the volume already, 1 by 3 pi r square h. So I'm putting as r into h. So it is actually again the successive problem over here. So how we are going to calculate the percentage increase in the volume? Let's see over here. So the radius of the base of the right circular cone they're saying is increased by 5%. So 5% over here, 5% over here, and height by what? 10%. So use any two figures first, as I told you how to use a plus b plus ab by 100 in the successive percentage part 1 class. So I'm using 5 and 5 plus over here the first two numbers. So a plus b plus a into b by 100. So what do I get over here? 10.25. So there's nothing but actually three successive changes over here. So for the first two, 5 and 5, the change is 10.25. Now again, we want 10%. So again, I can use a plus b plus ab by 100. So let me do that. 10.25 plus 10 plus 10.25 into 10 upon 100. So this how much if you calculate 20.25. Let's do the calculation out here. So if you look over here, it's again a simple calculation 1.025. So how much is the value finally if I calculate? That is 21.275%. So which is your option number C out here. Let's have a look of the one more question on the product of three quantities out here. So we have to find out the percentage increase in the volume of a cuboid. So cuboid volume is length into breadth into height. So length they are saying is increased by 10%, breadth by 20%, height by 30%. So three successive changes we have. So again, we can use a plus b plus ab by 100 out here. See, one thing is very sure that the net percentage increase has to be more than the sum of these three, that is 10, 20, 30, which is 60. So 60% more should be the answer for sure, because the increase is happening successively over here. So only one option is there beyond 60%. So straight away, as a shortcut, you could have marked the option D over here. Otherwise, if you want to use the result, let's use 10 and 20 first. So when I use 10 and 20 as first out here, what do I get? 32%. Now with this 32% and then 30%, you can use again a plus b plus ab by 100. So we are going to get the same figure out here. That is 71.6. So it's nothing but 62. What is this value? 9.6. So ultimately we have 71.6%. So we have done few problems for today. We are going to look at the successive percentage change 3 also, where you would have slightly more difficult problems. So do check out that video as well. So we are going to pick up some CAT questions also out there. So just make sure that you do join the Telegram group of CAT2 and the information. And do subscribe if you have not done yet. And make sure that you share this video with as many aspirants so that they can look forward to cover up the free course of the Quant portion. Thank you so much.